Well, we're here today with Mike Nicolette here from Pink. He's one of our product designers, and we're at the National Demo Day down in Orlando. We're going to talk about Pink equipment this year. So, looking at the new stuff, tell me about the new drive.
Well, our newest offering right now is our G25 driver, and I'll tell you a little bit about the technology in just a minute. But what I'd like to preface with is this, is that the story with Ping has been the same year after year, okay? We're continually trying to achieve a little bit higher ball speed, a little bit better launch angle with lower spin rates, because distance is made up of those three components: launch angle, ball speed, spin rate. That's going to let the ball fly through the air with great efficiency. And we're continually trying to get the center of gravity a little lower and a little further back. The lower we can get the CG, the spin rate moves down with it. The further back we can get the CG, the higher the launch angle is going to be. So how are we achieving that? One of the reasons that we can do that is we have what we call high balance point shaft. Okay, so we're moving the center of gravity of the shaft up towards the grip. That allows us to position a little bit more mass down in the head. That extra mass now we can again position low back to help move that CG in the right direction. It also drives up the MOI, which is a moment of inertia. What that means to you is that anytime I hit a ball off the sweet spot of the club, the head wants to twist. When the head twists, we lose some energy transfer or ball speed. So the less twisting, the more energy into the ball, the more consistent the distance is going to be. The other thing about Ping, the new G25, is that we have an adjustable Hosel now. Okay, with our current offering, this Hosel allows you to adjust or fine-tune your trajectory by plus or minus ½ degree. We have 4 individual lofted heads from 8.5 to 12, and they're optimized for the CG position. Let me just tell you very quickly about adjustability and what it does for you as a golfer is that this Hosel sleeve is attached permanently at the bottom. There's an angle in the sleeve as it fits into the head. So in essence, the shaft going into the sleeve at an angle. As we rotate that Hosel, the shaft can either be angled backwards or forward. So it creates either less loft or more loft. Now what happens is, let's take a less lofted version. So I'm going to angle the shaft in this direction. Nobody holds their hands back here. So when you move your hands to where they normally are, watch what happens to the head. As I move my hands here, see how the sole of the club went up? So what happens is now the center of gravity moves up. Okay, we want to minimize that because as the CG moves higher, the spin rate's going to go up. So that's why we have all the individual lofted heads, because we want to optimize that CG position. So it's best to get fit for the club, for the right loft for you, the right shaft combination, and then you can fine-tune your trajectory with that plus or minus ½ degree, and it's going to help optimize your launch and also your spin rate.
It's going to be a totally different feel for everybody now with Pink. I think this new design. I've been trying out some of the new irons. They feel great. Very awesome. I mean, very dampening feeling.
And you know what? You said the key word right there, and that's kind of what's new with our G25 iron. The real benefit here is that you can see in the back of this cavity, if you want to zoom in there, this is what we call our CTP weight. That stands for a custom tuning port. This weight right now used to be a little bit higher in the cavity with the G20 series. Now the G25, we were able to lower that and actually take the weight down into the sole of the club. So in essence, this bar or perimeter of the weight allowed us to bring all of the mass lower in the club. So that's what makes it feel very, very solid. We're getting that CG in a spot that it's right behind the impact area, as well as the support structure for our CTP weight. It's right behind the impact area. And then we have an elastomer badge up on the top that helps dampen out any harsh or weird vibrations, so it feels really, really solid on impact.
The bottom too, not near as much bounce, not big, flangey.
Well, and that's exactly what I'm glad you noticed that, because that's exactly where we went with this, is that if you looked at a continuum, basically if you were looking at a blade iron, so a professional player's type of club, all the way up to a super game improvement, our G20 iron was basically a game improvement club. a super game improvement. And we're trying to move that in closer to the arena of, I don't want to say it's a player's iron, but it's going to fit anybody that wants to play a game at a high level. So whether you need a lot of forgiveness, there's plenty of MOI values here. There's plenty of forgiveness in the head. If you're looking for playability, this thinner, more compact sole allows you to have some better abilities to hit shots that you may not have with a super wide sole.
Yeah, first thing I do is when I try to, I think this goes right up in the air.
Yeah, no problem launching the ball high. Again, remember, a low center of gravity is going to give you that solid feel. It's going to help you launch that ball high with the right spin.
Good stuff. How about the fairway woods?
Well, our fairway woods and our hybrids, again, same story. Remember, we're always trying to get this CG low and back, especially with a fairway wood, so we can launch it high with good spin. But the big story here is the face. This year we decided to go a much thinner face, and that's going to allow you to drive up your ball speed. So we're getting as much as a mile-an-hour faster ball speed off of the face. And although that doesn't sound like a lot, a mile-an-hour faster ball speed coupled with a little bit higher launch, we're finding we're getting about 5 to 8 yards difference, on our carry. So far we've had some great success with this with our tour players. Everybody's deciding they love it. It fits good into their game, and it's going right into their bag.
You can get that.
That's great. Thanks for spending time with me, like talking about pink stuff.